All right, this is a stand-up meeting for January 23rd, 2020. The beautiful people of CS24 underscore Tico channel, hashtag. Just wait for Bryant. Let me just make that change right now with the reminder. Otherwise, Luis is going to be mad at me tomorrow because I didn't change it. So let's see.
Sounds like Luis has anger issues.
What's that, Luis? What do you anger issues? He's over there. What do you mean smiling over there?
He's just mad whenever you don't do things.
Let's see, because
Guys, was your day as rough as mine? Did you feel like it was as fruitless as I felt mine was?
man, you guys are like, y'all don't know the real struggle of missing your 5-year anniversary dinner and attempting this 3 times in the same night. That was bad. Okay, so I changed the reminder. Let me add Mr. Bryant here. Remind CS24 Tico. All right. Let's see, every weekday at 7, 10 standard time. Okay. That should do it. View reminders. Sorry this is taking so long. Come on. Okay. There you go, Luis. It is done. Now you have a good one now. Good one with the right link. Okay. Let's get this show started here. All right. Without giving out any answers, breakthroughs, 60 seconds, best you can, and then let's see if we can tiptoe around not giving each other answers, but giving each other hints. Let's go with Jade. I haven't heard from Jade all day today.
Well, I haven't gotten very far because I had a recruiter for a job reach out to me on LinkedIn last week, and we had a conversation today. So she's offering, if I pass some of the interviews and code challenges, she wanted me to like send her stuff. So I had to get my resume and stuff up and running before. So I was kind of scrambling doing that. So I've only worked on the challenge maybe for like 30 minutes.
That's totally okay. So, like that's the goal of Lando is to get a job. Yeah, that's awesome.
Yeah, so crossing fingers. But yeah, I'll be working on it tonight, so I don't got much to add. So popcorn, Catherine.
I guess like for me, I just like spent a long time just like reading through everything and sort of like mining the README for hints and clues and just like writing out pseudocode. And then I got kind of antsy. I was like, I need to code something. And so then I don't know, I got something kind of working. But then when I tried to build it up, it did not work. So just definitely like look at the README. They kind of tell you, I feel like what we need to do. And yeah, and just use the hints, I guess, they give us. Yeah.
And then Catherine, with like, what was the first hint you felt like you had to kind of like just take a risk and just like, let's just try this. Like, do I know what's going on? Is this going to work? Or like even with the hints there, like, did you still have any like apprehension to like do something where you like just, well, I don't know, like, did I create a map? Do I create a graph? Like what?
Well, I wasn't sure. Like, that's why I was like, okay, well, thinking about like the previous problems that we've had, where we're kind of not necessarily like all the graph problems are the same. Sometimes you're building a graph in one way. Sometimes a graph already exists. Sometimes you're only building part of a graph. And so I thought about that. And then I think with what's going on with in the example they showed, like when you travel in a room, like
Mhm.
what that result would be and then how it changes. So then I was like, okay, well, I know that when I move, I need first, if I'm in a room, I need to have this somehow. I have to make this.
Okay.
And then when I move, I have to, the result should be the second thing. So my first task was just to like replicate the example output that they had
Mhm.
and figure out how I would do that. And going through, I went through all the files just to make sure I knew where everything was coming from and what everything was returning. And yeah.
Okay. So, all right, just kind of like getting an inventory of everything after
Yeah.
you've got like a high level overview of what you want to do. Like it's understanding what you've been given, right?
Yeah.
Okay. Cool.
Yeah.
Thank you.
I'll popcorn. Luis.
I love how we turned popcorn into a verb.
You hear me okay? So I'm kind of in the same boat Catherine was. I tried to do the understanding and pseudocoding first and make sure I had everything, all my ducks in a row before I started coding, and then got to ANSI and just was like, screw it. We're doing breath first reversal. Let's try this. And jumped in. I got the first map passing tests, which I mean,
Nice.
it's 3 rooms. So
It's still hard for some people.
yeah, but then I realized the way I wrote that isn't necessarily something I can really build on. So I'm now kind of having to start over at the understanding stage and make sure I'm handling things the right way. So I think
Get them ducks.
that's probably what I'll be doing tonight for some time. Not staying up all night. Just, take a break, some air, try again.
So would you say you've reached a point today sometime where you like want to throw your computer, your brand newly created computer? No?
If I smash anything, it'll be my keyboard because I have a spare.
Nice. Okay.
uh,
All right. So you did get frustrated then. I mean, it's normal. Everybody's getting frustrated. Yeah.
Oh, hell yeah.
Okay. All right. Cool.
Let's popcorn to Tani.
I did a lot of the same where you're going over the README with the fine-tooth comb kind of thing. I wrote out some pseudocode. Not sure that it's helped me. I'm still kind of trying to understand what I'm supposed to do. I know the general goal, but not really what I'm supposed to do specifically. And yes, I shall.
So it sounds like, Tanya, it sounds like you, like everybody else, got the high level understanding, got the overview of what you need to do, what you're trying to accomplish by the end, traverse through all the rooms. But it's just a matter of, like, Luis, like when you said that you got antsy and you just jumped in, like, do you feel like you shouldn't have done that? Or do you feel like doing that actually did shed light on some things that were helpful?
Well, I got to a point with the pseudocoding where I was like, is this really how it's going to work? And then I was like, let's just find out. So I'm glad I did it, even though I do feel like I wasted time, but it did give me some ideas as far as like what the next couple steps might look like. for when I go back and try to like, do it for realsies.
Okay. Okay. So Tanya, is that like, does that give you some incentive to try to break some stuff? Like not your keyboard or like your computer, but like metaphorically break your code or whatever, just to take some chances. And it's the only way you're gonna like figure out like what is what, I guess. Right? Yeah, what is each thing doing, I guess. It's been a long day too. You wanna pick somebody, Tanya?
Oh, beta.
Yeah. I don't know about breakthroughs. I think similar to everyone else, I just kept rereading everything. But I also coded a lot because I was just testing and printing. I printed a lot, just so I can understand how like everything plays with each other in terms of the classes. Yeah, I don't think I'm going to be doing that graph thing. I've been messing around with this right now for like an hour, and I'm just gonna see how I can do it myself, and then I'll probably follow the rules, like Tico was telling me to do. So yeah, that's where I'm at right now.
Yep.
Popcorn Bryant.
All right. Yeah, I wish I could say I struggled with it today and was smashing my keyboard, but I've kind of just getting started. I was gone all day. My wife's surgery took longer than I thought it would, and so and I was in the doctor's office, and I had my phone on me, so I was like, I kind of know the general, problem trying to solve, and so I did some good reading. I was like, some good reading on graphs and searching. Found a great article, I thought. But yeah, just now, just been sitting down, trying to. I haven't watched the lecture yet, but I'm just trying to figure out what we're supposed to do today versus tomorrow, all that stuff. I don't know if everyone's popcorned yet, but I didn't hear Jade, but maybe I dialed in late. But yeah, just to clarify today, like I was trying to go through Slack. Is there something due today versus tomorrow?
So just the whole sprint challenge, like we started that at like right after lecture today at 2, and then you have until like 2 p.m. tomorrow, or Eastern, sorry, 2 p.m. Eastern, so
Yeah.
11 o'clock Pacific.
Okay.
For y'all,
That's what I thought. I saw some comment. It was like, wait, so something's due tonight and then tomorrow. But that was probably, I'll just forget about it. Yeah, that's what I thought. Okay, the sprint challenge is due.
Could be. I mean, I was handling my interview stuff, but was it in the CS24 channel?
Someone, 11 a.m. PTST. Andrew Dillon wrote, so this project is due today, and tomorrow we fork the sprint challenge for tomorrow.
That was him asking Brian if that's the case, and Brian clarified that it's not the case. He was just looking for clarification. So your first understanding was correct.
Okay, cool. I was like, yeah, all right, cool. Okay, so yeah, I'll probably be up for a bit tonight, just getting going. But yeah, all right.
Okay, cool.
Popcorn to no one.
Popcorn. All right, I guess I'll take the floor. So let's talk about that first 3 rooms. I'm not 100. Would this be cheating? I guess. Let's see. If somebody demonstrated how you can move through the 3 rooms and then what's happening in the 3 rooms, like it's not. Like you can't take that and just like copy pasta to like the second biggest map, right? I mean, like you have to modify that. Maybe somebody could go through that if they've already accomplished that small map, just to give people an idea of how to traverse through. Anybody?
I would, but my stuff is definitely broken right now, like deeply broken.
Did you make some commits so that you could just go back to a non-broken state? Like a git reset?
The
Reset?
only room I have is literally, the only map I have that works right now is literally room 1, and it would not apply like at all the way I did it. I don't think it would help.
Okay, I got you. Okay. I'm just trying to think of what we can talk about without giving things away. Okay, so does everybody know that the world that you are traversing through, right? So like the map that you see when you print out those maps, like you're traversing through that, but it's almost as if like you don't notice any other rooms except for the room that you're starting in. And so like what you're trying to do is you're trying to traverse through this map, and as you're going through it, you are keeping track of your own version of the map, and then also like the steps that you're taking, right? So like you're an explorer because you got this unfilled map that you're trying to fill out as you go along, and you're also trying to keep your breadcrumbs, your trail, so that way like, okay, well, I need to know how to get back to, I've come to a dead end, how to get back. And then the is this cheating? I keep asking myself this. So the player, your avatar, can basically do one of 2 moves, right? Characterized by the different kinds of like search, I guess, or search or traversal. One move is going to allow you to go forward until you like hit a dead end, and then the other function or whatever is going to allow you to go backwards, to go find the first question mark, the nearest room with the question mark available. That's kind of like the idea, the premise. I guess what is confusing about the one-liner rooms? Can you just start throwing some questions my way that I can maybe ask or answer that would be helpful?
Do you mean me?
Oh, anybody.
Oh.
Sorry. Yeah, I'm just throwing out there for anybody. Anybody. Anyone?
The thing I've been struggling with, I don't know if I can ask it.
Well, I guess you can ask it, then I can say, no, that's not a good question to ask.
Okay. Well,
All right.
So I can move, and I know when I hit a dead end, I need to do exactly what you said: is find the nearest room that it has unexplored edges. And the thing that I haven't implemented yet, and I think I need a search, is traveling backward, and the best way to do that, how to get, because if we're just doing, say this was last week's project or whatever, and we're doing traversals, if we hit a dead end, we just automatically revert back to the last node. Like if we're doing depth first, right? We'll go down a branch till we hit the end. We'll go up to the nearest node that has another branch, traverse that whole thing, and just keep doing that until we get all the way back up to the top and then do it again. So for my brain, like when we get to the go back part of it, I'm having trouble being like, okay, instead of just skipping back to a node I haven't explored, I need to get like the reverse path, which I can do one time with the way I wrote it. But once it gets into like multiple branches and forks, it's like I'm not tracking it correctly. And so that's like, that is where I'm stuck.
Okay. So what can you tell me about like why can you do what you say, what you're talking about, where you can like if depth first search, right? You go as far as you can down a tree, and all of a sudden, like you don't have to do anything. It just goes back up to the top and starts at that node again. That starting node. How does it do that?
Stacks. So it just, as we go, we're adding like adjacent nodes to the stack, so that so I'm thinking it's like first in, last out. That's I think I might just need a break.
That too. But so the reason why you can get those neighbors, like in the function, the DFS function, like you're getting neighbors, is because like you know what the tree looks like. You know what the like what it looks like. With this like maze, this hotel of like rooms, like you don't know what everything looks like. You're like in a dark, like you can only see like ahead of you like 5 feet holding this lantern. So the only way that you can know you can't know what's in front of you. You can only know what's behind you, and you can only discover, you can only explore exits that are rooms that you've been to, right? So yeah, it's gonna take some head banging against the wall to figure it out. But what is your, oh man, I can't ask that question. Okay, what data structure? No, you can't probably ask that question. I'm just gonna ask it. What data structure can you use to give yourself maybe like a rule of thumb when it goes to evaluating that traversal list that you've made? Like let's say you start at room 0, then you went to room 1 and then room 2, right? Like when you get to room 2, what should be in your traversal list? Like let's say you're all going north for all these rooms.
Be 2 norths.
Yeah. So then you said that the way that you've currently written your code, that you can only backtrack like one time, right? Then after that, you're just.
Yeah, the way I was doing it is I have a set, a list of reverse directions. So I take my path, my traversal path, and then reverse it, and then that's my reverse. But it's so like it only works the first time because I'm still not like specifically saying like track the number of steps you've taken and the adjacent unexplored whatever's. My brain.
Yeah, everybody needs a break, huh? Let's see. What problem that we've done this week like reminds you, or does this sprint challenge remind you of? Are there any problems that you can go back and look at in your code from the modules this week?
Well, I think Catherine had mentioned, because I think Brian had asked this question. He said it was going to be similar to the social network. However, there's going to be things that you needed to tweak because it's not exactly like it. And he said, remember that you used visited as a dictionary of paths. And so that dictionary somehow should be helpful to track your paths or somehow keep recording of your paths as well. At least that's how I understood it.
That is correct. Any other questions before I get in trouble for giving too many hints or answers here?
I guess just a real clarification, since I'm kind of at the very beginning stages, and I just want to clarify before I start working on this tonight. So like the traversal path is just going to be inputted with data to show which directions we've moved. Okay.
Like it will.
Yeah, the test suites they do a loop through your traversal path, and
Okay.
they make your player move once for each direction in the list.
Okay.
So that's how they're going to test it out. So you want to make sure that that matches up. Even like the backwards movements match up.
Okay. Thank you.
Any other questions?
Any key points from the lecture, or should I just recommend just watching part of it or all of it, or like
Watch
yesterday?
the
Go
last
ahead.
like half hour is like
Okay.
about the stuff, but
Okay.
most of it was about yesterday's work. But
Okay. Okay. Appreciate it.
If that's it, then sorry, go ahead.
Well, I was going to mention to Bryant, you made a comment yesterday about how like previous TL said something about possibly using multiple searches or traversals. You're correct. So keep that in mind.
Okay.
Brian, he confirmed that. So
Okay. Okay. Good. Good to know. All right. All right.
We have about like 14 minutes. Anybody that wants to stay, I could put some breakout rooms, and then I can pop in with anybody that's wants me to like look over or try to nudge them in the right direction. I can do that. So if you want to go into a breakout room, if you could just, you could just raise your hand on here, can't you, on Zoom? Yeah. Yeah, so just raise your hand on the little thing there. If you click the more button in the participants window, you should get like a little, I guess you get a clap or okay.
There's a raise hand.
There we go. Okay, yeah, I see that. High five. Okay. And then everybody else is set to go take a break and relax and try to freshen their minds up if they've been working on it for quite some time. Cool. All right, guys. Monday. Good luck. Monday or you mean tomorrow?
Well, I'll see you tomorrow. But I'll see the rest of that Monday, right?
Oh yeah. There's no stand up tomorrow. Yep. Yeah. All right.
Bye.
See you guys.
Good luck, everyone.
Yeah. Okay. Let's see here.
I'm gonna hop off and just start getting to watch that lecture real quick.
No problemo.
Yeah, and start getting to it. But yeah, it went a little longer. He said it was the worst case he's had of that injury, of the tibial spine fracture.
Oh man,
she got meniscus sewn back. There's just more breaking than normal, and some other stuff, I guess. But all good now. But yeah,
she made it through, man.
She made it through. It carried her up the stairs like a fireman.
Dang.
Put her in the
nice.
bed.
You should have
You don't have
done the wife
you don't have to
carry.
go.
What?
What's
Yeah.
oh the
Have you
wife
heard of
carry
that?
like
You know how there's no, it's over your shoulders, like her head is like essentially in your butt with her arms wrapped around your waist.
ah
They have
Oh,
a
yeah.
competition in like some Scandinavian country every year called the wife carry contest, and you run like an obstacle course carrying your wife.
Yeah.
oh,
It's really
Ah.
funny.
huh
Also,
Okay.
Tico, we're still recording, by the way.
yeah okay gotcha yeah still recording. All right, thanks.
That
That
part
might
of it.
be weird if you help me end.
Yeah, let me just stop this recording.